feel like I haven't done this in forever, you guys. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is Flosstube 61, and my name is Candace. This is my channel about cross stitch. Sometimes I'll throw in some quilting or some knitting. There is none of that today. Maybe a little bit in the acquisition section, but I'm in a weird spot. I'm standing because my craft area is not done. So it's almost done, but I don't know if I can even show you the gobs of mess that is happening in here. It's embarrassing. So I am standing at my new, hold on. There we go. I'm standing at my new craft spot. So that is put in at least. And then we just need to get the shelf put in so that I can start storing stuff in there. Yeah. So I'm standing because my sewing desk is covered in stuff. I know I didn't have a regular Flosstube last week. I did have a Flosstube extra. Thank you to those of you who watched it. It was something very new for me. I've never collaborated with anyone or done anything like that before, so I don't know if it's something I'll continue to do, but I mean, it wasn't bad. And you know, there's a giveaway out of it, so okay. That is one thing I forgot to do, was draw the giveaway winner. So I will draw the winner and then I will put them in right here for I mean, maybe. Hold, please. Y'all, it was here the whole time. So on that video, this was what the giveaway was. And I said I would announce the winner on this one. So, although I haven't drawn it yet, it is the future now with you watching it. So here is the winner. Congratulations! Get a hold of me. My email is down below, or you can send me a message on Instagram. I'm candace.koester. So I can ship out your chart. So this was one of the charts. It's from a Russian designer. One of the charts that I was gifted for doing an unboxing. It's super cute. So let's see. I am so discombobulated. It is very humid outside. Do you like our unicorn picture? This is our family coloring project. And yes, it's huge. It's gigantic. That is our baseboard right there. So it's very close to the floor. But we've been working on it off and on for the last year and a half, probably. More so at the beginning than now. But the kids will sometimes randomly go by and start coloring part of it. So that's what it looks like. It's one of those giant coloring pages. I can't remember exactly what the website was that my sister-in-law found it on, but she had given it to Owen for his birthday when he turned 8, I think. But that's that. This behind me is my, where I store my fabrics. It is also a mess right now. These boxes have scraps in them. And the top two, one is a fig tree box and one is a Lella Boutique box, because their scraps are stored in that for the mystery blocks of the month. So, and then I have zippers and some very long fake grass. So otherwise, those are whips over there. And then, I feel so bad. I still haven't done the woven in the ends on that yet. I should probably get to it. So anyway, that's why I'm standing. But I do have a finish. And it's not a cross stitch finish. It is my kitchen finish. So this is what my kitchen looked like before. It was all of the cheapest materials that the guy who flipped this house, all of the cheapest clearance stuff he could find. So the countertops are cheap, the cabinets are cheap. It's just, I mean, all of the appliances except for the microwave, because we bought that, all of the appliances came from like a dent and ding place. I mean, it's just, but anyway, so the 2 weeks while my kids were gone, they were actually gone for like 2.5, but bing, I'm sure you saw it on my Instagram, or the few of you that I'm friends with on Facebook, but our kitchen is done and I am so excited. It looks so good. It is so much brighter. We did not change out the lighting. We had done that like 2 years ago. Eventually we'll replace the refrigerator and the dishwasher for sure, and the floor. But we painted all of the cabinets white. We painted the countertop with countertop paint. Put up those 2 little shelves above the sink. We got a new sink. It's a single basin. It's amazing. Put hardware on the cabinets now instead of just opening them from the bottom. So I love it. My husband loves it even more because he's the one that does all the cooking. So yeah, so that's my finish. I will say, I feel like there's not a ton of stitching that's been done over the last 2 weeks because we've been so busy in the kitchen and then enjoying, you know, a couple of the nights we went out and had dinner and a drink or whatever. But it was so nice to just connect with my husband without anyone else around. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids. And I was super excited to see them, and Evan cried, and it was adorable. But it was so nice to spend time with my husband, like at home, instead of us having to take a vacation to spend time together. So it was really, really nice. We worked well together, mostly separately. I spent a lot of time painting in the garage because we did add, I'm sure you saw the new set of cabinets. We added those on the other side of the kitchen. So those had to be completely primed, painted, you know, all the things. And I don't know, there was not a whole lot of stitching that happened during the time that my kids were gone. So, I think I have like 5 whips maybe, but I did have a new start, and one of those new starts was one of the kits that I had gotten from Wizardi, and they'll be linked below, as well this kit. So this is a Russian designed kit, and it's actually, the easiest way to look it up is 0015. It's stitched on wood. So there's actually 2 pieces of wood that come with this, and you get my needle minder stuck to it along with my needle. This is the backing piece. So this piece right here is what goes behind this piece. So I started this because it'll end up like that. And you know, I didn't even think about it. I probably should have like spray painted this white. I think it would have looked neat instead of just the wood. Too late now, but I could always do something with this. So I don't know, but I did start it. I'm trying to think of how many, 3 strands of floss, that's what it was. So 3 strands of floss, and I started with the black. It does recommend starting with the darkest color, because these holes are so tiny that there is still some residue from when this is laser cut. So they recommend starting with the darkest colors, and I did, but I was like, man, I don't want to do all the black and then all the darkest blue, because I was worried about counting, because the holes are only where you're stitching. So it gets a little wonky when you get to the edges as to, is that the bottom of an X or the top of an X? So I went ahead and did a little bit of this teal, and then I did the light blue. And I don't even know if you can see it, but you probably can't. A few of the areas right where I was finishing up, the the floss was definitely dirtier than it was at the beginning. So it probably overall you won't be able to tell, like in the long run, but oh yeah, I can see it right there. Like those two X's right there are dingier than the rest of them. So what I did is I took an old bristle brush that my husband used to use on his beard, and then he had to, you know, like keep it at ½ an inch or whatever, company standard. So I took that and I just kind of scrubbed in the holes and did the best I could around where the floss already was. But they do recommend before you use the white to take 2 pieces of extra floss and just run it through the holes that are going to be the white so that none of that gets on there. So we'll see how I did with the brush. I could always use a toothbrush instead, but it's the same, it's smooth. It's not rough at all. It's just a matter of getting that residue out of the holes. So yeah, so I started that. I just thought this was awesome. And they have other wood, like stitch on wood pieces too, that are super neat. Now Wizardi, I thought when I first started looking, because she sent me the link to the Russian designers, so really that's all I was looking at, because that's what she was looking at sending me. And oh, this is how the floss comes. It comes on a card. This is not DMC. This is definitely probably a cotton poly blend. It's, at first I was like, oh, this is soft. As soon as I started using it, I knew it was not 100% cotton floss. But it does have all the numbers at the top and directions in 8 different languages. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It really includes a lot of people. But I started looking around on the website because of something that Michelle G had mentioned in her last video. She's Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Bendy Stitchy on Flosstube. And she had said that a lot of companies are, which I knew, it just didn't really occur to me with this. A lot of companies will put artwork on their site that they did not get permission to use. So it's not licensed artwork. So I went through, I wanted to check because I really, really, really wanted to make sure that I didn't do something I was going to regret. So I was looking, and it appears that they were originally a paint by number and diamond painting company, and they do have quite a few pages of cross stitch, but a lot of it's really different. I showed this in my other video, but this was the other one I got, and I just think it's so adorable and cannot wait to start it this winter. But the vast majority of the stuff they have is diamond painting and paint by number. So that's linked below. It'll say Wizardi, and it's linked below. It's funny because obviously Facebook spies on us when we're scrolling through and looking at stuff on our phones, and it comes up on my Facebook as CS Hobby. It is an American company though. But she had just asked if I would check out some of their new Russian designers. I was like, sure. So I feel good about it. I don't know if it's something I'll ever do again, but I really appreciate the fact that I found something I'd never seen before, because I haven't ever seen anything like that wooden piece. So anyway, as far as whips go, I'll do my full coverage ones first because I feel like they got very neglected so far this month. I'm not keeping up very well in the Uno challenge in Sane Stitchers. It'll be easy to catch up because I did get caught up last weekend, but I haven't stitched on any full coverage this week. So, Mini Dark Goddess. This is Heaven and Earth Designs chart from the late Carol Cavalaris. It is still available on the website. Her family is continuing to work with Michelle, so her designs are still available as of right now. This is where it was before, and I decided to start filling in on the diagonal. So what I am doing is on Pattern Keeper, you can put the diagonals in. And so I put them in and I've been filling in on the diagonal, you know, as I go. So I've done some down here, I've done a little bit in here, and then some up here. So I kind of want to get it more even. I don't know what Vonnie did to me. Apparently she turned me into a diagonal stitcher, diagonal cross country. But I did this on a grid of 20 stitch diagonals instead of 10 because I already had so much filled in right here. So that's where I'm going to keep going with that one. And then I worked on mini citrine. I had started using this one for the Stitch Hog Hade Challenges 100 Days of Hade, and unfortunately the kitchen took over and I missed a day, so I'm out. But that's okay, it doesn't mean I'm not going to work on it. Here's where it was before. Here's where I am now. So I got, I'm color completing. So I've been working here, a little bit down here, and up over this way. So I think I completed 2 colors in the last 2 weeks. There weren't a ton of stitches left with them. I think I probably did about 500 stitches maybe. But I did get 2 colors completed, so that's fun. And then the last one that I worked on, Gigantic Magic Study. This was one of the other ones that was on the Uno Challenge. And this is where I was before. I should probably hold it right side up. And that's where I am now. So really, same thing with this one. I am working on going in the diagonals because it was fun to like completely use one entire skein of color 32 and then do the dragon. But now I want to start getting this filled in so I can move over farther. So my husband will appreciate that because having to work over here means that side of my work is encroaching on his space. So I'm going diagonals on this one too, and I'll just go down to where I can't stitch anymore. I'm not worried about pages. So I'll just go diagonal and I'll do that all the way across. And you can see I have some stitches in over here. So, my dogs went in. They're fine. It's hot and humid, but they have a whole ton of water out there and a whole ton of shade. Okay. My last 2 whips were WhipGo whips. So I worked on, and my goal for this month, I said it in my last video, was to get my WhipGo, the ones that had been called previously, try and hit those goals. I really wanted to focus on WhipGo this month. So I worked on Seasons in Chalk Art Summer. This is from the June 2016 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And I'm doing this on a 14 count black Aida, which is not my favorite, but I put this sucker in a Q-snap. Let me tell you what, here's where it was before. And that was all done stitching in hand. Here's where we are now. I mean, for reals. Look at all that I got done. I'm so excited. And that was just because I put it in a Q-snap and started stitching two-handed. I don't know what it is. Aida in a Q-snap is the way to go for me. So I really like the yellow that I chose. My yellow is not the same yellow that is called for. I'm using Golden Star. And it's just like an amazing variegated yellow, but it looks so good on this bumblebee. Oh, that's really bright. There we go. Look at his little bumblebee butt. So yeah, it's turning out really good on summer too. So I worked on that one a bunch, and then, and my goal for that one is to finish it. We'll see. I have no illusions that I'm probably not going to get a blackout on my Whipco board, but the fact that I'm getting progress on these is fantastic, because then I can pull this out, you know, whatever I get done this year, I get done this year, and then I can pull it out in the spring and have it stitched up. So the other one, I did hit my goal on today. I'm so excited. This is Courtney Batticuore, Halloween and Cross Stitch. There you go. This is a beast. These never look as big as you think they're going to be, and I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco, which I have said in the past couple of videos that I do not like anymore. I do not like it. Here's where it was before. This was all done stitching in hand, which is probably part of the reason why I don't like it. It's too thick, it's too stiff. Not stiff, it's too thick. I end up poking my finger a ton because I'm trying to force my way through, even with a smaller needle. But I put this puppy in a Q-snap and it just started to fly. So my goal for this was the 2 left-hand pages. And I got the 2 left-hand pages done. Plus a tiny bit extra, but that's okay. So, I'm super excited. I got that entire pumpkin done. That pumpkin was a bazillion stitches. Pretty close to 1,000 stitches, I think. I don't remember now. Maybe it was like 600. I don't know. Anyway, so I got the pumpkin done. I got the little scroll work at the bottom. And then I almost got witch done, but honestly, only the W and the I were on the second page. But I got some of the words at the bottom. And then I started working up here on this. It's a spool of spider thread, and this shelf actually goes all the way across because that's the rest of it. So the only thing is, thank goodness this pattern is really forgiving, because when I had already had this done. So when I came up over here, I counted from this to here for, you know, the shelf. And I get up here and I kind of like go across and make sure that I matched up at the top, and I start filling in, and then I realize, uh-oh, I missed a row of stitches right in the center, because I did the orange first. And I will say, with a Q-snap, my stitches look so much better. And I still stitch just as fast as I would if I was stitching in hand. So apparently I'm a pretty quick two-handed stitcher. So I filled in the orange, and I had misread where there's just that one orange stitch right there. It's supposed to be 1 and then 1, and then you go back to 2, 3, 3, 4. So this whole spool is 1 row short, and it matched up here. So I started looking, and I realized this was up 1 row too high. Thank goodness there's forgiveness in this chart, because no one will ever know except you guys now. The only problem is that now my spider is not directly in the center. There's 2 rows of white, then my spider, and then 3 rows of white. So my next spool, I'm going to do the same thing. There's another spool right next to it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it 1 row short, because it's pure spider thread. Make it 1 row short, move the spider up just a stitch, and then these will be fine, because, you know, I'll continue that all the way across. But for now, I'm putting this away. I've done a lot of stitches on it, and I'm super excited about where it is. I mean, it's going to be amazing when it's done. I'm very excited. However, I don't want to stitch on it anymore right now. Mainly because I want to start new things. I said I was going to work on Whipco stuff, but I was talking to Crystal, Crystal Rowe. She's on Flosstube as well. Go check her out. She's so close to 1,000, you guys. But I was talking to her, and she had asked, when I was thinking about starting the new hands-on design, if pumpkins could fly. And I told her, I was like, well, I was going to wait till September, but I really want to start it now. So I think I might start it next week. I have it all kitted up. I pulled, so this is hands-on design if pumpkins could fly. I pulled fabric for it, and it is a 32 count tea leaves Lugana. There we go. My light is a little bright, I think. It's so weird standing right here because I have a light over there, and then under this drop part, there's another light on the other side. It's weird. So anyway, I pulled floss for it, not the called for. If I didn't have the called for, then I pulled from my stash. So let's see what I'm using, because this way, if anyone wants to know, they don't have to ask in the comments. They can. Okay, so called for is blackboard, clockwork, daylily, galvanized, grasshopper, and grits for the main chart. So I'm going to use whitewash instead of grits. Instead of the, which one was it? Clockwork. I'm using Mystical Diamond Art Pumpkin. So I think this is a really great pumpkin color. I know it looks really bright on my screen, but it's not quite that bright. And then I did have blackboard, so I'll use that. Instead of galvanized, I'm using, wait. Oh no, I had galvanized. I lied. Let's see. Instead of grasshopper, I'm using scuppernong. And instead of daylily, I'm using squash. So this is some squash. So these colors, I think, will look fantastic on this fabric. Let me... There. So those are the colors that I'm going to use. So I'm ready to go. It's just a matter of grabbing a needle and a project bag. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, as far as things that have come into my possession in the last couple of weeks, I know this isn't all of it. I know that most of it's probably buried in that mess, which is okay, because it's not like it's anything no one's seen before, but I do have a couple of things. One of which is, this was on sale from 123 Stitch, and I just loved it. It's Lizzie Kate, Give Thanks. So, or it's Autumn Things, sorry. That one says Give Thanks, but I think it's super cute. I love this peekaboo. So those are little quick stitches. I got my Just Cross Stitch. Which one is this? October? Yeah, October. So there are like Halloween decorations in here, but mostly it's fall. I love this one right here. That one right there. So I did a quick flip through of it, but I haven't looked super closely. Things are falling out of it. I can't remember if I showed you guys this last time, but I had ordered this from it was either 123 Stitch or Everything Cross Stitch. It's a dimensions kit. Birds and berries. And I could not remember if I showed it to you guys last time or not, so I thought I better. But it comes with white Ada. I might change that out. I don't know. Well, maybe not. I don't know what color to use on it. And then I had to get this. It's Cats and Mandalas from Kitty and Me Designs. So I love this. And then I realized when I got it, those are pumpkins. So cute. Now, this chart actually, it comes with this charted, and it also comes with it charted without the cat. So if you didn't want to do the cat, you could just do this whole mandala. And you guys, it's not that big. It's like 90 something by 90 something, I think. It is not big though. Hold on. But there's a whole collection for all the months. This one is November, but they have all of the months which I thought was pretty cool. I kind of would like to do like the months. Here it is without the cat. But I would kind of like to do the months of my husband and I and my kids. So it's 97 by 97. So it is not big at all. So I got that one. And then I got my Color and Cotton August threads. So we have Abyss, Coffee Bean, and Ruby. And I love that they're dark fall colors, because I want to stitch all the fall things right now. And then I'm not going to open these up because it's going to be loud, but my Bestitch Me fabrics came from the last, I think they came the day after I did my last video, so I've had them for a couple weeks. This one is Anemone, and it's a 32 count Lugana. Super pretty. Super pretty. And then I got, this one is Neptune, and it's also a 32 count Lugana. So, okay. I got my third block for the Designer Mystery Block of the Month for 2021. I've seen them done, and they look amazing, and I cannot wait to be able to get back to my sewing space. I need to get back to it. And last, I got a couple of books. A couple of quilting books. So this one is from Sherry McConnell from A Quilting Life. It's called Labor of Love. I've looked at this for a while, and there was a coupon in my, I think it was my July Sew Sampler box for books. So I decided to go ahead and get this one. So it's got a whole bunch of quilts and stuff in it. And then I got Sunday Best Quilts. This is from Sherry McConnell and Corey Yoder. So basically what they did is they had quilt designs, and I think there's 6 in here. Yeah. So they took 6 quilt patterns, quilt designs, block designs, and they each made their own version. So there are 12 quilts in here. And I just, they're just gorgeous. Like this one right here, if I'm not mistaken, it's just using jelly roll strips. They're just on point instead of straight. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful scrappy quilt. I love it. So I really want to use up some of the stash. And then I got Quilt As You Go Made Modern. I was watching a old Fat Quarter Shop video, and Jara Brandvig was on, and she's the author of this book. And it just, being able to quilt as you go makes things go so much faster. And I really, really, really want to make this quilt. Because I have a ton of jelly rolls that need some love. But these are all quilting as you go, so you don't have to worry about the whole, you know, putting the quilt sandwich together and then pinning or spray basting, and then, you know, I wanted some quicker ways to get some quilts done. Like, they're not going to be all bed quilts, like they'll be lap size quilts as well, but to use up some of that stash in a faster way than what I have been doing. So I think that's it. I guess since this is right in front of me, I can show you. I got a new AccuQuilt die because I'm going to start using my AccuQuilt machine way, way, way more than I have in the last couple of years. This makes 2 4.5-inch strips, and I think they're 4.5. Yeah. So when it's finished, they'll be 4-inch strips. So you can, I don't know why they use like batik fabrics on for their pictures. I have no idea, but it's actually separated right there. So it makes 2 strips. It's a big die. It's a big die. But I already had, like, this is the, which one's that? The 2.5-inch strips. So this would make like jelly roll strips. They finish at 2 inches. And then I have one that's a 3-inch. It makes 3-inch finished strips. So those are great for like borders and sashing and stuff like that. So, but I think that's it. I know there's more. I just can't find anything right now. And mentally, after getting the kitchen done, I just needed a break. I have actually read a book and a half. Well, actually, I'll finish the second book today, probably while I'm waiting for this to upload. I just needed a break, because the kitchen was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I love it. I'm so glad we did it, but we still need to, like, I need to finish down here, and then our laundry area is behind to the side of that unicorn right there. And we bought cabinets. I've already painted the cabinets. They are ready to go. They are still sitting in the garage because we have to do the floor first. And my husband and I both were just like, as soon as the kids came home, we were like, we had no more energy. We had none left. So the kids went back to school yesterday. They had a blast. They were nonstop last night. So if you still have kids in school, I'm sure you've experienced the same thing over the years. They just like, they had a great time. And actually, here's a picture from, I posted this on my Facebook, but I didn't post it on Instagram. Here's a picture of my kids on the first day of school. Owen is my oldest, just went into 4th grade. Evan is my youngest, just went into 2nd grade. And then here they are at the bus stop. There was no way I was dealing with the drop-off line again this year. I would like to keep my hair and my sanity. So, yeah, no, they're riding the bus. And they're fine with it. Their bus aide loves them to death. Like, she called me yesterday morning and she said, "Are my boys riding the bus this year?" And I said, "Yes, they are." I said, "We'll see you out there at 8:07. And she goes, "Oh, be out there at 8. She's like, "We've had some changes." I said, "Okay, we'll be out there at 8. So we were out there at 8 and they got picked up at 8. They don't start school until 8:45. I don't know why they start so late, but anyway, that's all I have for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking and just all around. I mean, y'all are so nice in my comments, and I'm a little behind on Flosstube. So some of you I still need to watch your most recent Flosstube, but I'm getting there. I told you, man, the books consumed me. When I start reading a book, I have a really hard time putting it down if it's something good. And I will tell you, I don't read like, I mean, I have, but I don't generally read like very thought-provoking books. I like dystopian fiction, fantasy, teen type books, maybe a young adult. We'll say young adult. So, yeah. So I'm going to go finish my book, have this upload. So I will see you guys next week, now that things are going to be back to normal. I can actually record every week, and hopefully next week I will have this space done, and you guys will get to see it all. So, even the unicorn stays until it's done, or until Aunt Brenda decides to buy him another one, and we have to replace it. So, all right, guys, see you next time.